Hey theme park architects, adventure map magicians, and survival pranksters, APKA dropping in with a frosted tech latte. You've boxed mobs, sealed villagers, and even glassed your dragon egg, but nothing hides like the barrier block. One blocks players, 100 builds an invisible base, but mess it up and even admins get stuck. Today, we'll unlock barriers, /give @p barrier, toggle hitboxes, F3+B, build mob save zoos, scoreboard reveals, redstone view modes, and a ghost maze that reroutes itself nightly. Grab your coffee, let's wall the world with nothing.
Barrier blocks never spawn naturally, so your very first job is permission. In single player, pause, open to LAN, and slam allow cheats on. On servers, ops do the honors. Type the given line, complete syntax sits in the description under code 02, and a red slashed cube slides into slot 9. The icon only shows while you hold it. In any other hand, the block is pure air. Bind a spare key to fast paste that gives a command so you never retype. Then flip F3+B once. Every barrier hitbox glows with a red outline for a moment. Perfect for checking placement. Remember, the overlay auto disappears after 5 seconds unless you're still gripping a barrier. That behavior lets you preview a build, then swap to something else and film a clean shot with no clutter. Server chat spam is ugly, so mute commandBlockOutput now with /gamerule commandBlockOutput false. That silence is your best friend once repeating blocks start spamming reveals later.
Barrier blocks occupy a full cube, despawn nowhere, and ignore pistons, meaning they're immovable bedrock to players and mobs alike. They block light like stone, so stack them above ground sparingly or your daylight builds darken. Place them 2 blocks deep for path barriers. You keep the skylight, but stop parkour cheaters. Reach distance is the same as any solid block. Crouch at the edge, right-click air at the precise coordinate, and the barrier appears flush. Want pixel precision? Turn on hitbox overlay again, align the crosshair 1 pixel inside the neighboring slab's outline, then click. For diagonal mazes, alternate the air and barrier so players squeeze around invisible corners. Need temporary safe zones during raids? Wire a sticky piston to push a visible block 1 meter. Chain command block clones barrier sheets into position. When the raid ends, a second piston retracts and another clone line clears them. Players witness walls fade into nothing.
Adventure maps shine when barriers reveal themselves only to chosen players. Create a revealTix objective with code 04. Every time a tester presses a button, a command block sets their score to 1. Then a repeating block clones a 5x5 barrier carpet into the arena, code 04, if that score matches. A chain subtracts 1 from the counter each tick. When it hits 0, a second clone replaces barriers with air. The effect feels like night vision goggles, but for walls. Need group access? Add a tag named BuilderView. A command block under the lobby floor toggles the tag on or off for operators. The repeating reveal block then runs only for tagged players, so the audience sees a clean set while staff keep outlines.
Barriers make perfect zoo glass. Place a ring 2 blocks tall, then cover with an invisible roof. Amphibious mobs can't pathfind past it, and you eliminate entity cramming because visitors can't nudge mobs into suffocation corners. Better still, waterlogged stairs combined with barriers craft seamless viewing panes. Put a stair facing inward, waterlog it, and ring the outside edge with barriers, so fish stay in while the player sees nothing obstructing. Bubble columns respect barriers too. Build vertical transport tubes, soul-sanded base, full water sources, barriers lining both sides. Riders glide upward inside unseen elevator shafts, perfect for futuristic hubs. Toss a setblock barrier toggle on a daylight sensor so tubes power down at night.
Ghost mazes push immersion. Dig a flat bedrock floor in the nether roof. Sprinkle random barriers with a function that runs every dawn. Example, a repeating block tests if it's day, then calls APKAFE shuffle maze, code 06.
That function uses /spread players to teleport invisible armor stands across the arena. A chain fill turns every stand into a 3x3 barrier plate, waits 10 seconds, then kills stands so the layout freezes until next dawn. Players step in and only learn the path by bumping into walls. Map resets daily. Speedrunners never memorize. Throw a scoreboard timer on screen that shows fastest exit per day.
Public servers favor barrier rings around the spawn, but fill commands above Y319 crash 1.20.4 clients. Wrap the safety execute in code /08. It checks the block 1-up before cloning. Chunk loading matters. Barriers outside simulation distance exist, but mobs path calc gets sloppy, so anchor a ticking area circle, code /08, or drop chunk loaders with nether portals. Lag spikes happen when dozens of players spam reveal buttons. Audio feedback is gentler than chat spam. Load /plays sound blocks instead of /say inside loops. And always hand ops a physical kill lever, powering a redstone line that sets the reveal repeater to needs redstone off state.
Need floating map art in the sky? Build the canvas from barriers. Paste colored wool one layer above, then remove the wool. Images hover. Combined with /particle swirl so players think art levitates via magic. Barrier faces accept item frames, signs, and paintings. Frames float in mid-air, ideal for sci-fi HUDs or invisible menu buttons. Script /data merge to rotate frames in animation. For cinematic rails, create a glass pane catwalk, then replace glass with barriers. Your replay mod camera glides down the track while the floor vanishes. Fun prank? Place a single barrier on the only opening of a mine. Watch friends bounce. Leave a sign reading, "Ghost block" on the wall. Bedrock Edition exposes barrier under /give@s barrier like Java, but outlines never disappear until you leave creative or switch offhand. Use it as an advantage in puzzle maps. Force players to carry a barrier to see the hidden path.
And that's the Invisible Toolkit. From snatching your first cube to scoreboard revealTix, mob-safe exhibits, redstone toggles, shuffling void mazes, public spawn rings, and cinematic tricks. With barriers, you're no longer limited by glass panes or ugly fences. You sculpt absence itself. Every command we teased, the reveal scoreboard pack, shuffle maze function, armor stand painter, safety execute wrappings, frame spin animation, sits in the description under CodeBank timestamps, scanned clean by APKAFE. Your weekly challenge? Craft a build where barriers carry the headline. Maybe a parkour tower on totally unseen blocks. Maybe a glass-free aquarium that seems to defy physics. Maybe a PvP arena where walls appear only when a timer ends. Film 60 seconds or snap 3 images, tweet with #InvisibleForge, tag at APKAFE.com, and the piece with the best illusion gets top pin next episode. If today's guide turned your fences into thin air, smash like. Want more caffeinated block wizardry? Hit subscribe, ring that bell so YouTube actually remembers you. Comments stay open for collision woes or scoreboard math. Drop a GIST link and I'll debug. I'm APKA, sipping barrier brewed espresso on an invisible balcony above spawn. Until next time, better every tap.